There we go. Hey, you guys. I'm using StreamYard to go live, so make sure that you give permission for StreamYard to see your comments. Hello, everybody. I've got the laptop on my face here so you guys can see me. And then I've got the phone on the workspace, so it's a little bit more clear for you guys to see. I'm still getting set up, so everybody has time to get on. So hi, everybody. This is Talia, your Creative Confidence Mentor. So you guys can hear me from this cam, so that's good. Get everything set up. Okay. So hi, everybody. We normally do this on my Facebook group in the Creative Confidence private group, but we're actually moving over to both platforms tonight are brand new. So this is going live on the Junk Journaling Facebook group that was just created on Wednesday and the YouTube channel. So I'm glad you guys could join me. Today we're going to be creating in the actual junk journal. So you can see right here on this cam, I've got the workspace ready for you guys. And I got a couple of things that I brought with me that I want to include. One is a beer bottle. What is this called? Like the lid, the cap. This one's also from another Starbucks coffee. The last time we created, I had used one of these for texture. I actually split it apart, so you got two pieces here. One is for design and one is for the texture again. And I've got a little manual from the book called Little Big Planet, if you remember this. So I'm going to be tearing out some things from here. A couple of things that I got from Michael's for today's project. They actually had washi tape, 9 for, was it 10 for $1? It's 10 for $1. So that's what we got here. We got some washi tape to play with. I got a book of stickers and some letters here. Little fancy. And some markers. So we're going to see how these come out. Again, I'm going live with StreamYard, so make sure you give permission on Facebook before making comments so that way I'll know that it's you and it won't just show up as a StreamYard viewer. The laptop's more so you guys can see me when I'm talking to you. And then this, of course, is so you guys can see the work. Okay. All right, so let's get into this. This is my book. This is my junk journal. When you open it up, it's got a little pocket here and a little creation that I've made there. And it's got a map on this side. And this is actually a weekly calendar. I've just used it to start creating. Here's some pages that I started creating backgrounds for by cleaning my paintbrush with other projects that I've already done. So yeah, it's got like a weekly planner on one side and the design started on the other, and I just add to it. And none of these are done. So I'm gonna find a page that I'm gonna work on for today. Let's see what colors, some bright colors. Let's use this one. I'm creating upside down so that you guys can see what I'm working on. And first, I just usually go through the books that I have to kind of decide on what I want to use. I actually brought the decoupage glue, which is glue and water mixed together, so I might try that out today. We'll see. Let's take this strong. wanted to use that serious. There we go. There. Fine. Comparison is a thief of joy. There's two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting. Okay. So these are just some stickers with quotes on them. I'm just looking to see if anything inspires me. Today will never happen again. No. Okay, so I like these. These are going to be some fun stickers to work with. But this is the manual. Let's see, what am I going to do with my background? I think I'm going to use the colors that go with this. Some anchors. So yeah, this is neat. Washi tape is usually kind of pricey. So when I seen that they were doing 10 for $1, I had to get some. And you guys already know I have a whole container full of them, so I just get to add to my collection. Actually, I might need a bigger container now. Let's see what colors we got. This. Oh, this will go nice. Add this there. I'm also noticing that there's more on possibly ones I got today than the ones I bought in the packet that were like $20. If you've been watching with me on my group, then you're gonna be familiar with me telling you guys to use the materials and the supplies that you have, because waiting on the perfect project and the perfect time to use them can sometimes result in wasted products and materials, especially with washi tape, because you can only get so much in a set, and the tape can actually lose its adhesive, and then you would have lost the chance to use them or to play with them. All right, so if you're new to my channel, if you're new to me and my group, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Junk journaling is basically upcycling things that you thought that you would never use again, such as receipts, tags, old mail envelopes. You can get creative. You can use things out of their traditional use. I actually have a book here that I bought. It was published by somebody locally, and I just could never get to reading it because there's still a lot of work there. So I might actually tear some pages out of it just to get some wording, or as a background. And actually, I should do it here. Let's see. There's a page that has a lot. So I'm gonna get started. I'm just gonna stick this on there. We're basically breaking a blank page, and we're gonna create it into something. If you're creating with me, that's awesome. I actually have a dedicated journal for this, so you guys will actually be able to join me as I create in it and as I continue to add to it. You'll be able to recognize some of the work that we do on each line. So I'm not really talking a whole lot while I'm creating, but if you join and you have any questions or comments, ideas, you can put in the comments. I'll respond. This is actually from a letter that was sent out for what is it? The mail-in ballot for voting. It's got the old English writing, so clear it down. Let's see, I guess for the borders, I can put tape off through that after I've got my background done. I'm looking for tissue paper. Yes, got it. Got green tissue paper. So this is actually one of my favorite things to use for backgrounds is tissue paper because it makes a cool texture. I like it for texture. Oh, this isn't the attachment. So I can use this to spread my glue. Crinkle it up to fit it on the space that I glued. So, don't ask me why I'm using 2 bottles of glue. um, I bought a new bottle of glue and I realized that it doesn't have the little plastic end to it to spread the glue, so that's why I grabbed the old one again. Hey, I see somebody watching. Let me know if you're watching so I know who's here. And I'm glad you could make it. I hope you had a good week. I've been looking forward to this all week, actually. I actually went to Michael's to get some stuff just for tonight. So there's a couple things that I want to try, including these markers. It didn't tell me if it's supposed to be like a watercolor or if it's going to be glittery. See, it might just be a regular permanent marker. It might be glittery. It might be shiny. We'll find out. But I got them for today. And so far, all I'm doing is creating the background. And I'm using some pages from a book. I have a book of flowers. Let's see if I can get this center. These are always fun to work with because you get a whole palette of paper, a whole packet. And you can easily use them as backgrounds. This looks nice. I don't see like one particular flower that I want to use. Like that. think I'll use this. If you're watching, comment how you find. Who are you? You may have found me or have been following me from my Facebook group called Creative Confidence. I've created a new Facebook group dedicated to the junk journaling. So I know a few of you followed me over, so I appreciate the support. And if you found me just browsing YouTube, I was inspired by Marimy's Arts. She's got a YouTube channel on here. She creates her mixed media projects as well. And then for the acrylic painting, which we'll be doing on some Saturdays as well, and I'm excited for, John Beckley, on his videos on YouTube. He inspired me. That's actually how I started painting back in 2018. So, yeah. And then also, some of you may have actually found me from the online women's creative or art retreat. So however you found my channel, however you got here, thanks for joining me. I'm still just working on the background, kind of. I've got pages torn out from a book. So I've got like some lettering on there. Tissue paper for some texture. I still have this Zarf. Oh yeah, I found out the name. So the last time I was creating, was it Saturday? Where we made the one with texture here. You'll see. I was trying to remember the name for this wrap that goes around your coffee, and it's called a Zarf. So I have another one here, and I've actually torn it apart. So I've got two layers. One is for the cardboard and its texture, and then the other side, I could either use it for the brand itself or for the texture too, from the glue. This is actually from like a paper towel roll that I painted and then folded it and glued down. This was one we did last weekend. And I'm actually creating in the journal this time, so it's a little bit different. Preparing to paint and preparing for junk journaling and the cleanup after are totally different. Like I mentioned once, painting, I have to actually consider what I'm wearing so that I don't get, I don't have to worry about paint getting on my clothes. So there are a few shirts that I've already put aside because I've painted in them without thinking about it, and they found paint on it, so I just left it to where those are the shirts I paint in. And so of course when I paint, I have to set everything up and put a cover down to make sure that my paint doesn't get on the table and everywhere. But of course the cleanup is a lot easier because I can just move the paints or the paintings to sit somewhere while they dry and then clear up the table. But as for junk journaling, it's a lot of vacuuming after, especially when I use these things and I cut out a lot. I usually have a trash can near me so I can throw away the scraps, but they don't always make it to the trash, and so I have to vacuum the carpet to pick up the paper. Shopping is also different. When I go to Michael's for painting, it's so easy. I already know what kind of color scheme I want. So I'll go in. I usually get my paints first. I get my paint first, what colors I'm going to use. And from there, I'll decide what size canvas I want to use or how many paintings I want to do with that theme color. So that's usually what determines it or had determined it in the past. I'm actually wondering and considering painting on some bigger canvases. Somebody had asked me for a desert sunset type color or theme color, so I think I would use some of these same colors like pink, yellow, beige, orange. And if I'm lucky, I could find some fluorescent colors and put some like a, like a high fluorescent orange color in it. Because those kind of colors are fun, and like a fluorescent yellow. Because I could create a sunset with it. But if you have a black light, then it becomes really fun. Then you get a different painting in a different setting. So I'm kind of excited for that one. That's going to be the next project I do, and it might be bigger than my usual paintings. We'll see. And that's usually it. I'll pick my paint, grab the canvas size that I want, and that's it. But when it comes to junk journaling and picking specific things, you can either have a theme in mind and then buy materials and supplies that go along with that theme. I didn't have one, and I think it was harder because I felt like I was forcing the inspiration and creation if I was just looking for a specific theme. So instead I walked around and I found things that inspired me alone and on its own. So that's how I ended up with the different color washi tape. The letters, the little letters, because they can add texture to the image. They raise the image a little bit more. What else did I find? Oh, the markers. I saw some scissors, but I might wait for another time to get those. There's some scissors that create a different order of cutting. I had some before, and I don't know where they are. I've moved a few places in the last 5-10 years. So every time I moved, I always lost something. Okay, so I've got these flowers cut out. I'm gonna go ahead and add them to the image just in random places. So I'm creating upside down as well, so I have to keep it in mind. And that's more so you guys can see what I'm working on. I feel like I want some color here. I have some tissue paper. Keep that for another project. With glitter on it. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Oh, hey, Olivia, it's you. Aw. Oh, hey, you know what? Now you guys get to watch me on TV. So Olivia and Amber have their own shows. They do multiple things. So you see Olivia commenting, make sure you hop over to her YouTube channel and come back. But go over to her YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay. They also have the Create Content Academy, where they'll help you put together your brand, your page, whatever you're working on, your online business. They have all the tips for you. So make sure you check that out. And if you actually like watching these type of things to watch us create or to create with us, Olivia also does that every Wednesday night. She has her Create With Me. So Olivia, drop your links in there too. You know, eventually we're probably gonna have to do a night where we can create. No. I can show them what I do. You can show them what you do. Like a cloud. Olivia, I just now remembered about your comment with Facebook. I did get a message while I was setting up the broadcast, something about Facebook with a bug. So I think it's a Facebook bug that you can't comment on there. So hopefully you're able to find me. So if you're on Facebook and you're not able to comment and you want to, if you have to come over to YouTube, the channel is it linked over or do you have to find it? The channel is called Creative Confidence by Nastacio TL. So just FYI, if you're in the Facebook group and you're trying to comment, might be a bug. I think that's good. That's a lot clearer. Let's go. See that? Okay, now I'm gonna glue down the sombers. I actually took a nap today, you guys. I practiced self-care by taking a nap, and it felt good. But I also woke up and was scared. It was kind of, I could tell it was turning into evening. I think I went and laid down like around 4, closer to 5. And when I woke up and I had seen that it was a little bit darker, I was like, oh no, how much longer to my life? It was still an hour or so, so it's fine. But it was nice. This week was pretty busy for me. I got my new Facebook group set up. I have a subscribe option. That's really what took the longest. I was fighting, well, not fighting, but I had to learn someone else's thought process by figuring out how they run PayPal and the subscribe stuff. And then I had to upgrade to a business account to make it work better. They're like, great, you created a subscribe button, but it won't work until you upgrade to a business page. So I had to do that as well. So it was a lot of learning for me this week. But I got everything set up, so I'm happy. And we made it here. It's another Saturday. You get to create with me or watch me create. This is great. Hopefully, I'm moving it. I planned it and then I moved it, so there's like I lifted it like 3 times. So I don't know what everybody's routine is during this time. But for me, I have not really been going anywhere. I was being honest when I was saying that the only time I leave the house is to take the trash out and check the mail because I literally have everything delivered to me. But I've been starting to go back out and I'm like, some people will force you out of an aisle. I'm like, I was here first. I'm shopping too. No, just kidding. But at Michael's, that kept happening to me where I would be standing there browsing, and you have to learn to look. Now you gotta really like. I'm a visual person, and so I like being there to pick out my stuff. I wanted to know what I was getting. I couldn't shop for. It wasn't fun shopping online or deciding what I was going to get for my material. So I actually went to the store, and I'm glad because It's very different than shopping online for your craft stuff. The only thing though is you gotta use your eyes more than your hands to see what you want to get. You gotta commit to grabbing something. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Look at this glitter. Committing to what you're gonna check out because I wanna touch everything if it's not necessary. Or at least that's how I feel. I think it's a trust thing. You can't always trust other people that they're taking all the precautions. That's pretty neat. I like this. It's not too what is it? How do I say it? It doesn't have too much liquid to where it's leaking through the page and smearing everything. But it's nice. I like it because it's glittery. It's like a glitter with not too much. Yeah, I like these. So these are actually a theme of ocean cools, or the other way around, cool oceans. This one's called Pacific Ocean. It's a blue color. This one's Indian Ocean. Oh, okay, I see the theme now. And it's green. This one is Arctic Ocean and it's silver. This is the Atlantic Ocean and it's blue. So this is a darker blue. The Pacific blue is a lighter blue. And Southern Ocean, it's purple. I like purple. It weren't the opposite, so I'm just kidding. This is neat. Okay. I also saw a bottle. It was a big jar too. It's probably about that big. It was about it was on clearance. It was $1 or something, and it was a whole little container of glitter paint. I knew I was gonna have way too much fun, so I didn't get it. I was like, no, I need to. This is for visual journaling. If it were for painting, and I was actually focused, so I was practicing self control while I was at Michael's today. I was only shopping for visual journaling stuff, so I didn't grab the paint, and I'm thinking that I might have to shape these a little bit more. Yeah, I'll these are neat. Let's see what else we can add on here. Oh, I'm gonna go through this Little Big Planet video game manual. I'm gonna find some stuff. I know for sure that I want this little astronaut character he's wearing. It may not go on this page, but I definitely do like this. Got some flowers and stuff going on with some bright colors. This game, I don't even remember how I ended up. Oh, so I'm not really a video game type person. But back in 2010, when Guitar Hero came out, I had to get a video game. I just had to. So yeah, that was my reason for getting into video games. So it's Guitar Hero. I got the PS3 and the Little Big Planet game came with it. So that's how I ended up with this. But it was the coolest thing. And here we are on Creative Confidence YouTube channel, encouraging you to create. I mean, we're all creative. And so you get to be creative in this video game. You get to engineer some scenes that you can actually go through. I haven't played it in so long because, again, I don't play video games so much. But this was actually fun. I enjoyed it. Do I want the sophomore or do I want the pirate? I see the pirate on the other side. I know they don't really celebrate Halloween out here, so that's very different for me. We're in the Bible Belt, so I think, I don't know. I see it like fear. People are scared. My Reds, they're scared. People are scared. Halloween or like it's just not embraced out here. Back home, like we all get to be creative, like create a costume. I don't know. That's what I've always seen for Halloween. Not the candy. So the trunk or treat type things, or how do they do that? What is it called? You just do a drive-by at everybody's trunk and garage. Trunk or treat. I don't know what's time to get creative. Definitely. This is something I should take. Maybe I just. I have a scissors here, but this is faster. I'm gonna put this down here. So it's time to create. That's what we're doing. So he's the little sack boy, and he's got his paintbrush. Do you think they're gonna do anything Halloween related this year since everybody's gonna stay at home? Are we gonna do a virtual trick or treating? I'm gonna mail you your candy. I'm just kidding. It won't be about candy this year. Just looking at this, I'm like, man, I gotta go back and play this game. It looks fun. Oh, I could use this. And then we could get this little quotation to say we'll find something. And that's really how I get inspired, or how I have ideas for these type of things. It's like I find like this. I had this little guy with his own little caption. For the manual, again, it says seed credits inside, but I could just put something else up there. That's it. I guess we could put it in here. And flowers. Sometimes it's about perspective. So, oh, that's actually something I learned last night. So, I mean, not that I learned about perspective last night, but with your own art, when you're creating something and you're so focused on what you're creating or the process of creating, sometimes that's all you get out of it. There's a different perspective for someone watching you create. You're listening to your thought process, and for you to actually execute these steps. Like what I'm doing, I'm cutting all these out. I may not use everything. I might plan it one way, but when I get to gluing, it might change. So it's just about what happens in the moment. And it's more about being able to create, or just enjoying this moment, just creating this page. And so the whole time I was creating, I had it upside down, and then I flipped it. I'm like, oh, okay, it'll work together. It's fine. It's not just all flowery. So we got the little astronaut over here, and it says time to create. Might be too much. I like the pirate. That's my favorite Halloween costume. Actually, is a pirate. Oh yeah. So what I was saying about me learning about perspective last night was my paintings. When I did the pour painting, that's all I was doing. Like for me, I was like, oh, the only control I have is picking the colors. Because once you dump it onto the canvas, you tilt the canvas to move the paint. The pattern changes. You can kind of keep some areas, but it might elongate. And that's it. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm done. It was fun. And then somebody else looks at my painting and they're like, hey, did you see like over here? This looks like fire. There's like a house over here. I'm like, what? And yeah, I got to see my paintings totally different last night. That was interesting. It almost, there's one of them that I almost was like, oh, I'm not gonna sell that now. I'm gonna keep it just because they made me see something different. But it was pretty interesting. Sometimes we forget how to get things from different. I don't know if I'm gonna add the letters to the inside of the book because the book won't be able to close flat. I would have to remove some pages so that way I don't have to worry about that. So this is actually part of the weekly planner. So somebody has already created on every other page, and I get to use it as backgrounds or color it, add to it. I'm just flipping it so I can get the glue paper. All right, now I'm going to use the washi tape around the edges just to make it look clean and neat. This up here doesn't. Oh, this green one actually has little birds on it. It's already 8:47. Time flies. You're having fun. Olivia, now I understand why some of your things you have to prepare before your show. I called it your show. Well, it is, right? We come on every week at the same time. We expect you to come on. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I actually have an alarm set for Olivia's Create With Me. I actually am getting near the end of the P2P program, and as some of our courses or like our nightly meetings are fading out or phasing out, I should say. I'm no longer doing homework while I'm watching you, but I am gonna switch over to actually be writing while I watch you. So that's the next thing. I've got the Facebook page set up and created. So if anybody's looking for me from the online women's craft retreat, they'll be able to find me on that page because that's where I directed them. Which is also why my YouTube channel is linked to that group instead of the original Creative Confidence page. Because that would have been the easiest route for me. But I'm also using that as my home base with the women I'm going to be helping. Well, I said just women, I guess, right? With my people. When my people find me, that's where I direct them. That got the YouTube. And going live tonight actually wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. I was thinking that I would be nervous because it's on YouTube. The whole world can see me and find me, but it's fine. Watch and be inspired to create. That's all I'm here for. And for anyone watching who doesn't know me or isn't familiar with my stuff, I actually started creating as a form. Well, I've been doing visual journaling since I was a kid, probably like in mid school, high school. I was a kid. And the painting was sort of like therapy for me. Well, it was therapy for me. And it's just been so fun that I want everybody else to try it. So as your creative confidence mentor, I'm not just reminding you that you are a creator or to connect with your creative identity, but there's two ways I can show you that it's possible for you as well. And that's with the acrylic pour painting and the visual journal. There you go. So that's all I'm doing is just creating a border. Make it look neat. Neat and together. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I told you. So I'm basically talking to you guys as if we're just, we just continued over from the creative confidence page like we did. So there was a time when I had asked or did a poll on my journal, right? And I was like, I want another leather bound journal, but do I want to get the same pattern with the music sheet on it, or should I get something different and get the world map, right? And so everybody voted. Yeah, I definitely could be live all night until they cut us off, right? um, and everybody had voted for the world map, and I was like, woo! And Olivia encouraged me. She's like, get it because you're gonna be going places. So I was waiting for my journal to show up. I ordered it online from Barnes and Noble, and I'm tracking it. It's like your order is delayed. It may take a while, COVID and everything. Um, expect your package to be late. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm still expecting it to come. So I wasn't worried about it. Like, it's coming. It's just late. And then it was until last week. When did I order this journal? Like in July or August? It was before I ran out of pages because I was preparing to have that journal when my old journal was done. That's not what happened. So I noticed that I started like writing less because I was trying to savor pages, I guess. I don't know. But I did notice that I wasn't writing as much. So I was like, okay, well, when my journal comes, it'll be fine. Maybe I'll be inspired to write some more again. And then I got an email like last week saying, you were refunded. It's like, refunded. And then I went in to read more of the email. And they refunded my money for that journal. And I was like, wait, hold on. I thought it was still coming. So I was still expecting my journal in the mail, and they had already returned it and refunded it. And I was just now finding out last week, which was probably like a few days after they had already put the money in my account. So, yeah. So then I went online. You know how you can order it and pick it up at the curb. Well, they didn't have that journal option anymore. So, maybe for Christmas, maybe for my birthday, whenever. But anyway, I had to get a new journal. I had to get a different pattern journal. And I found one today at Michael's, and that's why I brought it up. I want to show you guys. Over here. So, I don't know if you guys heard about Malala Fund, but she basically spoke up for girls' education. And this is her artwork. But it looks so cool that I wanted this as my next journal. So this is my next journal. I'm still working on, I'm actually using the one that was given to me from Courageous, what was I actually got the shirt from there. What was it called? Faith Ignited, her Faith Ignited conference. So that's the journal I'm using now. But when I'm done with that, I'm going to be using this. And then probably by October, which is my birthday month, or by Christmas, I don't know, somewhere. Whenever I'm done with these journals, that's when I will be getting the world map one. It's what I'm saying. So yeah. Here we go. This is what we've got, and this is how it looks with the washi tape around the edges. It just makes it look finished and clean. That's one visual journal. Let's see. I'm gonna close the book. Oh no, not just kidding. We have stickers. Let's find a motto or something inspirational that goes with flowers and kids' video games. Find your wings and fly. Put your ear down by your heart and listen to heart. Whatever you are, be a good one. Put that next to the action. I'm gonna put this comparison is the thief of joy next to this little creative guy and the pirate, because we should be comfortable in our own skin to be ourselves and not worry about anybody else. Whatever you're great at is because you were gifted at that, and everybody's gifts don't look the same, and it's totally fine. It fits with this. Do what you can. Do what you can with what you have. Wait, how am I gonna make these squares go down? With what you have. Right where you are. There you go. I think I'm done. See that? What did you want to see one more time? Oh, the creation? Maybe. Is that what you're doing? So we've got the flowers, the tissue paper. I like this. This is a cool texture. I got some writing here from a page. I don't know if you were on here at the beginning, Olivia. I was saying that there's a book that I bought, and it was just like, this got published. I couldn't get into it. I really tried. I went back and I read through it, and it was just difficult. It's just like when you're trying to fix the writing while you're reading, it's no fun. So I put it away, and then I tried it again, and it still wasn't going. So I just said I can't read this book. So I'm using it to create with instead, and I will tear out one page at a time and use it as background. But, yeah, I think I'm finishing up here. I definitely want to get this in the book though, because this is so cool. This is the little sack boy, this little quotation. And I'm going to go back in this book to look for something for him to say. It's kind of small. Dream. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, I finally put that paper on my journal. Remember, every time I was going live, I would keep finding this little paper that said my dream job. So I finally got it on my cover. And these stamps are actually from a package that I received from Paris. Yeah, from Paris. John Beckley, I call him my art teacher, my painting teacher, because I found him on YouTube and have been following him. He actually has a DVD, so I bought that, and that's what helped me to become even more confident. So this says "Be yourself." I'm gonna cut it down the middle, the words, and stick it on here. And now instead of it saying "see credits inside," it says "Be yourself." All right. See that? Is it clear? Can you hear me now? All right, you guys, this is it. That was tonight's show and my first time going live on YouTube. So thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun as always. Let's put this up. There we go. But yeah, I had a great time. We're gonna be doing this again definitely every other Saturday. Well, in the group I was doing every other Saturday. No, just kidding. I was doing every Saturday. I did promise that YouTube would be every other Saturday. So we'll see. Next Saturday, if I go live, it will definitely be in the Creative Confidence group. It may or may not be linked to StreamYard. StreamYard means that it's going to be on YouTube. So you may or may not see me on YouTube, but you will find me in the Creative Confidence group, Facebook group going live. And we may be painting. We will see. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Any comments? Any suggestions? Ooh, what would you like to see? Next time, painting or some more junk journal. I still have this here to add a texture. We have new markers to play with. I'm definitely gonna test these out some more so I can use them. I don't feel like I got the full effect out of them. I think that they were meant to do more than what I used them for today. So I will definitely play with them. We also have these letters here. I put something on the cover. Kim is usually the first initials or letters I go for poetry emotion. Yeah. All right, well, that was it. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Oh, or should I say it in Zuni? That means have a good evening in Zuni. All right, you guys. It was fun hanging out. See you next Saturday in Creative Confidence Facebook group and possibly on YouTube. Good night.